Here are 15 moments involving Meghan Markle that sparked criticism over her behaviour on camera. And number 9 is especially hard to watch because viewers had very different reactions to what happened. In 2019, during a visit to South Africa, Meghan attended an HIV support group event where a woman shared an incredibly painful story. She spoke about being forced into an arranged marriage as a teenager, discovering she was HIV positive during pregnancy, and eventually losing her child after giving birth to a healthy baby. But while the woman was still telling her story, Meghan stepped in and redirected the group towards sitting on the floor for a photo. She briefly responded, "Oh, I'm so sorry," but then quickly shifted attention back to the pictures.
Have one here. We can all sit down here.
Because we all trying to get on the floor.
Come on. Let's go.
For viewers watching the moment, it came across as uncomfortable and raised questions about whether the woman's emotional story was being given the attention it deserved. The situation drew even more criticism when Meghan reportedly left after donating used clothing packed in garbage bags.
No, it's fine. Just little things that I thought would be helpful here. This one too. I'm going down. I need to pick this one. But at any rate, there's all sorts of things there that I thought, it's so important to be able to share what's worked for our families and show that we're all in this together with each other.
There was no warm goodbye shown on camera, and the whole scene left some viewers feeling that the photo opportunity had taken priority over the personal moment happening right in front of her. Then came another awkward moment at a Canucks hockey game during Autism Acceptance Night. As autistic singer Mariah Reitmeyer performed Canada's national anthem, cameras caught Meghan smiling and appearing to laugh, while Prince Harry stood beside her looking much more serious. That contrast immediately caught viewers' attention and sparked another wave of criticism online. It came across to some viewers as completely tone-deaf and disrespectful. Moments like this are exactly why critics say, Meghan just doesn't know when to stop performing. Whether that judgment is fair or not, the reaction was definitely strong. Then there was a moment at Paris Fashion Week that quickly caught people's attention. Meghan was seen giggling after a model appeared to stumble on the runway. She even turned toward the person sitting beside her, seemingly expecting them to laugh along, but when the person kept a straight face, Meghan's smile disappeared almost instantly. Viewers noticed the change in her expression and began debating what exactly had happened. To critics, it became another example of her sense of humor not landing the way she expected. Then came the Wimbledon controversy. Meghan attended the tournament to support her friend Serena Williams, but reports claimed that she wanted the seats around her left empty, creating what was described as a no-photo zone in a public seating area. Some fans who had waited for hours were reportedly turned away, which only added to the frustration surrounding the situation. One particularly awkward detail involved a man who was reportedly confronted by security for taking a picture. But according to reports, he wasn't photographing Meghan at all. He was simply taking a selfie. That mix-up quickly became part of the conversation, with people questioning just how far security measures had gone. And then there was the Royal Salute Polo Challenge. After Prince Harry's team won, Meghan was filmed during the trophy presentation alongside Centibale charity chairwoman Dr. Sophie Chandauka. Critics interpreted the footage as Meghan asking Dr. Sophie to move so she could stand beside Harry for the photo. The moment sparked debate because, to some viewers, it looked like Meghan was determined to position herself right at the center of the picture. To some critics, Meghan seemed determined not to let anyone else have the spotlight, even during a charity event. Instead of the attention staying on Harry's victory or the cause itself, viewers felt the focus had shifted back toward Meghan and where she stood in the picture.
Thank you very much for putting on such a great day here. Again, a big thank you to all those who provided horses.
Then came the 2018 British Fashion Awards, where Meghan reportedly surprised guests by stepping into the presenting role during the show. According to reports at the time, the event had already been planned and scripted, but Meghan appeared on stage unexpectedly, leaving organisers to adjust the programme on the spot. Rosamund Pike, who had reportedly been involved in the presentation, stepped aside as Meghan confidently took over the moment. The sudden change quickly became a talking point, with critics questioning why the carefully planned arrangement had been changed so dramatically. At the Invictus Games, another moment sparked controversy. Meghan was seen walking ahead of injured veterans while smiling and laughing. The event was meant to honour service members and their sacrifices, so some viewers felt her cheerful behaviour didn't match the serious tone of the occasion. While others may have seen it as simple friendliness, critics focused on her expressions and the way she appeared to glance around. To them, it looked more like a red carpet entrance than a moment centred on the veterans being honoured. And then came an especially awkward moment during another event. Meghan was speaking when her mother suddenly joined in, and the change in Meghan's expression was almost impossible to miss. Her face appeared to shift immediately, turning what should have been a simple interaction into a moment viewers couldn't stop analysing. The quick head turn, the wide eyes, and that frozen half-smile created a moment that viewers immediately noticed. To some people watching, her expression looked like she had been caught completely off guard by the interruption. Critics interpreted the reaction as, "Did you really just interrupt me?" Of course, an expression alone can't prove what someone was thinking, but the awkward pause made the interaction look surprisingly tense. Meghan appeared to struggle to regain her rhythm, and the brief exchange quickly became another moment for people to dissect. At a royal event in 2019, Meghan was surrounded by children when cameras captured a serious expression on her face. Some viewers focused on her tight jaw and narrowed eyes and interpreted the footage as boredom or irritation. But body language can be easy to misread, especially in a fast-moving event, so there's no way to know exactly what she was feeling in that moment. Still, critics connected it to other clips they believed showed Meghan looking uncomfortable around children. Another example often discussed online comes from her visit to Rwanda in 2016. Footage of Meghan interacting with children has been replayed and analysed, with critics pointing to certain facial expressions as evidence that she seemed uncomfortable. Supporters, however, could interpret the same footage very differently. A brief look or change in expression doesn't necessarily reveal someone's true feelings, and the children themselves shouldn't become props in a debate about Meghan's personality. Then came a particularly awkward-looking moment at the Invictus Games involving the husband of Colombia's vice president. Meghan approached him while smiling and chatting, and at one point appeared to place a hand on his back. The interaction looked unusually familiar to some viewers, who immediately began calling it flirtatious. However, the footage alone doesn't establish her intentions. The vice president then appeared to turn around after noticing the interaction, while Prince Harry moved closer and gestured with his hands. The moment ended without any obvious confrontation, but online viewers quickly turned those few seconds into a much bigger story. What may have simply been a friendly exchange became another royal body language controversy almost overnight. At Prince Charles' 70th birthday garden party, Meghan was reportedly heard complaining that she was bored, and according to accounts from the event, she wasn't exactly keeping her frustration private. That alone became a talking point, but what supposedly happened next made the story even more dramatic. When Camilla reportedly reminded Meghan about the expected royal protocol, including Harry walking ahead, Meghan was said to have reacted with a facial expression and even stuck out her tongue after Camilla turned away. If that account is accurate, doing something like that at a formal royal gathering would certainly be an awkward choice. Then came the claim that the evening ended sooner than expected. An aide reportedly leaned toward Harry and told him that their car was ready, while Charles also instructed Harry to leave. That fueled speculation that the couple wasn't simply deciding to head home early, but had been encouraged to leave the event. The whole episode has since been presented by critics as another example of Meghan allegedly clashing with royal expectations. Whether every detail of the story is accurate or not, the image of a formal garden party ending with an early departure certainly made for one seriously awkward royal moment. After one of Harry's polo victories in Florida, Meghan was seen joining the players for photos when she appeared to reach toward a teammate's trophy box. The player pulled it back, and Meghan then ducked beneath raised arms to remain in the frame.
Really awkward encounter after she tried to join her husband and his polo teammates on stage after a match last week. Now, it's just so cringeworthy. I don't know why she's up there, for one.
The moment was brief, but cameras caught it clearly enough to spark plenty of commentary. Critics immediately accused Meghan of trying to pull attention toward herself, even though it was another player's achievement. To them, The awkward reach made it look like she couldn't resist getting involved in the center of the shot. Supporters could easily see it as nothing more than an innocent attempt to fit into a crowded group photo, but the clip still became another viral talking point. Then, there's a tense exchange from behind the scenes of Meghan and Harry's documentary involving her friend Mindy Kaling. During their conversation, Meghan corrected Mindy about her legal name, and her delivery struck some viewers as unusually sharp.
Anyone in the world knows that Meghan Markle has eaten Jack in the Box and loves it.
It's so funny, too, that you keep saying Meghan Markle. You know I'm Sussex now. You have kids, and you go, no, I share my name with my children.
Yes.
And that feels so, I didn't know how meaningful it would be to me, but it just means so much to go, this is our family name.
The exchange was brief, but the tone became the real focus, with critics saying it sounded more defensive than friendly. Some even joked that people around Meghan might feel like they have to choose their words carefully. The controversy became even more complicated because it was discussed alongside the Mothers to Mothers event. Meghan reportedly asked women to sit on the floor for a group photo.
I can't be the only one.
No, come on.
I would think if it was Archie and we had Alden's voice in the middle, but I think it was such a cheerleader that one thing.
So please, I'd like to ask Simbo if she would.
In the spirit of community, what's so nice is to be able to share some of the things that we have at home as well, and so we can obviously make sure anything.
And critics questioned whether she understood the cultural meaning that sitting on the ground can carry in some African communities, particularly in contexts connected with mourning. The criticism wasn't simply about the photo itself. It centered on whether the setting and cultural context had been properly considered before the picture was arranged. Several women appeared uncomfortable, particularly those wearing dresses, while Meghan seemed focused on organizing the group for the photograph. The footage gave some viewers the impression that she was directing everyone like a teacher arranging a class picture, rather than simply standing alongside the women. That perception quickly became part of the criticism surrounding the moment. Then came the 2018 Hamilton charity event at London's Victoria Palace Theatre. Meghan was photographed moving toward the front of the group, and one brief interaction caught viewers' attention. She appeared to move an attendee aside with her elbow as she positioned herself for the photographs. The movement happened quickly, but the cameras still captured it. With guests and officials gathered around, Meghan ended up in a prominent position for the photos. Critics argued that she should have waited and followed the expected order instead of moving ahead. The man appeared startled by the sudden movement, making the exchange look even more awkward on camera. Whether it was an intentional push or simply a crowded moment that looked worse than it was, the clip gave critics plenty to talk about. And there you have it, 15 moments involving Meghan Markle that have sparked some seriously heated reactions, uncomfortable debates, and plenty of discussion among viewers. From awkward photo moments and tense interactions to controversial body language and stories about royal protocol, each clip has given people something different to argue about. And honestly, we could have kept going. There are plenty of other moments that critics have discussed over the years, including interactions involving Harry, but we decided to keep this list focused. Some of these incidents may look very different depending on how you interpret the footage, and that's what makes them so fascinating to debate. Was Meghan genuinely being rude, or were some of these moments simply misunderstood because cameras were watching every move? That's where you come in! Which moment stood out to you the most? Was there one that made you think, wow, that was seriously awkward? Or do you think some of the criticism went too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments and tell us which moment you found the most surprising. And if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that like button, share this video with someone who loves royal drama, and subscribe for more entertaining celebrity and royal stories. Your support helps keep these videos coming. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.